Welcome back. In today's episode, we discuss profitability and what's most important.
Welcome to this edition of Peak Performance Podcast with your host, Thor Conklin. Thor will be sharing the necessary tools, strategies, and psychology you'll need to become a peak performer in any area of your life or business.
Thor Conklin here. We give you the tricks, the tips, the tools, the strategy, the technology, and the psychology peak performers use in order to get more done and execute at the highest level. If you know what to do but struggle with getting it all done, or simply want to raise your game to the next level, this podcast is for you. Sit back and enjoy.
Today's question comes in from Larry in New Jersey. Larry asks, what are the things that count most in profitability that most people are overlooking?
Hey, now this is a great question. First of all, let's make sure that they understand what profitability is, because I think a lot of people don't understand profitability.
Yeah,
period.
What is it? What would you say it is?
Okay, I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Well, good. Do that.
Profitability in a business is what you sell minus your cost of goods sold minus your expenses equal your profitability.
Your profit.
Well,
Profit is your profitability, I guess. I'm a linguist. I need the right word to go into the right spot. So wait, I was with the equation. You're saying equals your profits. Is that right?
yes. Would you like me to get a little bit more detail?
Yeah.
There's gross profit and net profit.
What's the difference between that?
Well, thank you for asking that.
Okay.
Your gross profit is your sales minus your cost of goods sold and any sort of expenses associated towards the manufacturing of a product. That's your gross profit.
Okay.
Then minus your expenses equal your net profit.
Okay.
All right? Either way, it all comes down to the bottom line is profit. What did I take in? All the stuff I did that went out the door, everything that I spent,
The
all my
light bill,
expenses, the light bill,
salaries,
yes,
pencils I had to buy,
yes,
stamps.
yep, that computer you didn't need, that fancy desk you didn't need.
You hate it when people buy fancy desks.
You know
Meanwhile,
what?
you have a desk that flies up and down. You push a button, it flies. Guys, he has a desk that he pushes a button and it flies up and down. And I want you to know that he's berating you for having a fancy desk. Okay.
Let me just get my monitor a little closer to me on my swing arm.
Yeah, exactly. There's like 3 swing arms in this studio, the microphone's on a swing arm, and the desk flies up and down, just so you know. Hey, that's detracting from your profitability.
Yes, it is. Thank you for pointing that out.
No
Fortunately, I can afford it. Does anyone know a new question answerer I can get?
Nobody better.
Nobody cheaper, too.
Nobody cheaper.
That's right.
I'm contributing to your
See?
profitability.
That's why I can afford the fancy desk. I don't spend a lot in payroll.
It's true.
All right, so that's profitability. Here's the things that are affecting it, besides all the expenses. But here's what's really important. If you're not familiar with this, the difference between accrual accounting and cash accounting, very important.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, it's not a night. It's a nightmare if you don't understand the difference, and if you're doing everything on a cash basis, and you get caught. Hush. You've got to do everything on an accrual basis. Okay. The difference is if you bought something, but the cash hasn't gone out the door yet, put it on credit card, let's say. You want to make sure that you account for that, and you understand one day that money's going to be going out. So that's why it's important to make sure you look at your numbers and your profitability on an accrual basis.
Okay, so let's back up and speak in English. One of the things that gets overlooked, because that's the question here, is a lot of people run their accounting on a cash basis.
Yes, and they think they're more profitable than they are because they haven't accounted for all of the expenses that are going to come due.
Is that because they don't understand accrual accounting?
No, because, well, maybe, but mostly it's because it's easier just on cash. How much money do I have in my bank account? Oh, look how much money I have in my bank account. That must mean that's how much money I made.
Okay.
No, that just means how much is in your account. That does not reflect what is actually your profit, because there might be bills that have not come in yet. Now, I know I'm boring those that are out there going, yes, I got the cash accounting, the difference between the two. Move on, and I will. So what's affecting profit? Number one is how much product are you selling? You want more profit? Sell more product. Get out there and sell. Second is, what is it costing you? What is the cost of goods? If you have a product, how much is it costing you to manufacture that product, right? That's the first thing. If you can cut down the amount of cost associated with manufacturing it, you're going to have a higher profit margin, higher gross profit margin. That affects profit immensely. Number of units sold. When you're selling to a customer, is it possible to sell to that customer more than one unit? Or is there an add-on product that you can sell? You want to increase the ticket, the invoice for that particular customer. Get add-ons. That's going to increase your profit. And if a customer is only used to buying once a month, once a year, once a lifetime, how can you go back and have that customer buy more often? So, number of sales, the profit margin in each sale, add-ons to each of the invoices, and the number of times that we sell to that customer greatly impacts our profits.
Sam Walton, you and I read Sam Walton's book, or maybe I just read it. I think you.
No, I read it and then you stole it.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes.
I deny that. However, in it, he said, and this may be quoted poorly, but this is the gist of it. He said, you're either merchandise focused or you're operations focused. And only those two things, his point in saying that was only those two things are where the money is. So either you get your cost of goods around the merchandise figured out, or you increase the price of the merchandise, or you market it better. Something has to happen with the merchandise, or you get your operations together somehow. Either you've got too much overhead, your rent's too high, your salaries are too high, or you don't have the right team. Something in the process, your organizational process is off. Get in those two things and work out your profitability, because somewhere in there is where it lies.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. I have a client that has an online business, and they sell some of their own stuff that they brand with their own label, and they sell a major brand. Well, the major brand, they were making $1 per item. Then they decided, after I sat and talked with them, said, look, what about your own brands? He goes, well, yeah, we make good margins on those. I'm like, well, why are you selling the other stuff? You're not making it up on volume. So he actually went ahead and he actually created a new product that has his brand on it that he's going to make $8 per unit. I'm like, why do you want to make $1 when you can make $8?
Right.
Plus, every time someone goes online and searches for that brand name product, there's a gazillion people selling it.
Right, okay.
When they go to search for your product, there's only one place in the world that sells that product. You. Stop selling other people's products, making $1 when you can sell your own at $8. Now, unless you're selling tons of them.
Or unless you're making $13 selling someone else's product.
And then at the end of the month, how much are you making selling other people's products? Evaluate it. This is why I talk about micromanagement, okay? I'm a big micromanagement proponent. Not people, but your processes and your business. Analyze it. Analyze it weekly. What am I making from this product? What am I making from my own product? Figure out where the profits are coming from. Not the sales. Not the top line sales. Where's your profits coming from?
Right.
And I see too many people go, well, I'm making $100,000 in sales here, and I'm only making $10,000 in sales here, but on $100,000 in sales, they're making $2,000.
Right.
But on the 10 grand, they're actually taking home 10 out of the 10.
Right.
Stop doing the small margins.
He hates small margins.
Well, because unless you're doing tons of volume.
Unless you're doing
tons of volume,
you make it up in volume.
You want to make it up in volume, that's great. Well, that's what Walmart does.
True.
Okay? They've got a great business. If you want a Walmart business, go
make it
low
up in
margin.
Volume. Yeah.
Do it on volume.
It's a great, but you can be a billionaire.
Absolutely.
You just have to know that you're a volume-based business.
That's correct. But most of the people listening to this podcast are not billionaires through doing
volume.
True.
Well, we hope that helps. Thank you. We'll see you next Sunday.
Thank you so much for listening today. I really do appreciate your time, and I hope you found today's show valuable. If you would like to receive these shows automatically to your phone or to your computer, simply go to iTunes and subscribe. After listening to several of the shows, if you're so inclined, please leave us a 5-star rating, as this helps us reach additional people and spread the message. If you're truly committed to taking your life to the next level and doing whatever it takes to become a peak performer, but something's holding you back, something is blocking your way, and you just can't seem to figure out what it is, send me an email to info@thorconklin.com, and I'd be more than happy to get on the phone with you. We'll schedule a 15-minute discovery call. No obligation, no cost. I absolutely love to hear from the listeners, and if there's something I can do to help, I'd be more than happy to do that. Also, if you found something of great interest in today's show and you want to share that with your friends and family, simply go to my Facebook page, Thor Conklin, click on the episode, hit the share button, and share it on your page. You can follow me at Twitter at Thor Conklin. The website is thorconklin.com. We're constantly adding new free resources, discussing additional tricks, tips, tools, and strategies on how to be a peak performer. Remember, I try to keep these episodes short so you can listen to them during dot time, doing other things, commuting, driving, walking, working out. Decide to be a peak performer in all that you do. And until tomorrow, have an absolutely amazing day.